So hi everybody, Boom Jay's Cuisine. My name is Jermaine Wallace. I was born in Jamaica, Kingston, Jamaica. I migrated to Canada at the age of 10. I always had a passion for food. I always had a passion for cooking. I learned how to cook from the age of like 6, 7 in Jamaica by my mom and my grandparents. In Jamaica, it's a tradition when you're young to learn all the basic stuff to become independent when you get older. So I came here at the age of 10, and while I was here, I always had this fire, this passion of cooking food and stuff like that. And I used to work for this tent company, Groupe Célébration. We used to put up all these big tents for weddings, festivals, and all these events. And I always wanted to go back to school to learn culinary, to learn cooking, but I was never encouraged. I was always told that restaurant is the hardest business in Montreal. Restaurant is the hardest business in Quebec. Forget about it, don't even think about it. So every year, what happened is that it's a seasonal job, so we'll work from April till around September. And in October, would go on chômage, unemployment. So in the winter time, I always had nothing to do, and I always wanted to go back to school to learn for cooking. So what I ended up doing is that at that time I had about 150 friends in my phone as contact. And I asked some of my best friends, if I started cooking, would you guys support me? And from home, in my off-duties time, I started cooking at home. And back then we had BlackBerry, so we used to send out like, it's the same thing like WhatsApp now, but we used to send out BBM. So every day I would send out like the daily menu, and my friends, they would order food, and I would deliver it to them. That's in my off season. So I'll deliver the food to them all across the city, and I had a special, every Friday you get a free soup Friday when you order. So I was doing that from home, and I outgrew my house because I was always getting so much order. And what I did, I went to a youth center called Youth in Motion. In exchange for the kitchen, I would teach the kids them how to cook. And I was there for like 3 years, just building my business, learning, growing. Out of there, I even bought my own delivery car and started delivering across the city once again. So that's how I really got started to build Boom Jay's to what it is now.
You have a food truck. How do you separate yours from the others?
Wow, good question. Well, my food truck is totally different, man, because Boom Jay's, we specialize. Jerk chicken is our main thing. That's what we specialize in. And that's what I'm planning to do this year, especially with the food truck, is bring the jerk chicken right across the city, right across Quebec. Just people that they can taste something different, you know? And we're coming with a vibe. So how we're making it our own special, we're bringing that Caribbean vibe, that island vibe, that authentic Jamaican Caribbean style. So when they taste the food, they can feel the passion that goes inside of it. So that's what makes us different. That's what makes us special.
All right, very nice. So when does your food truck usually come out? Like when can we expect your food truck, and where do you usually set up around the city?
Perfect. So normally every year, my food truck is going to be coming out by the middle of April, end of April, beginning of May. Normally we are the food truck Friday. So at the Olympic Stadium, every first Friday of the month in the summertime, they have like a food truck festival at the Olympic Stadium. I'm always there, but normally when I'm there, I set up a tent. So I have a tent and all that stuff. But this year with the food truck now, it's going to be totally different. So we're going to be at the Olympic Stadium. We're going to be in the Old Port, Taste of the Caribbean, Nuit d'Afrique, right across the city. Boom Jay's will definitely be there at different festivals, different outlets for sure. Service is everything, with a smile. Because we're all going to face it. It's there. But the way I overcome it all the time, and I bonjour, ça va bien, how are you? Like, you know, give a proper service with confidence so that they see that, listen, you got to break the ice. Because once you break the ice, you take away that mind frame or that thought that, you know, of negativity, you know? You don't react negative towards negative. Bonjour, hi, sure. Just with a smile, just with a humbleness and a calmness, it took me a long way, and it took me to overcome certain obstacles that I would have faced basis that. So I find attitude is everything. The day my life changed is when I looked in the mirror and I tell fear to get behind me. You see, fear is the only thing that really holds you back. And if you have a passion for something and if you believe in it so much, just fight for it. Fight for it. And search for information, search for knowledge. I remember when I started out, I was just hustling. Like the food for me was, in the beginning, was just hustling. And then in my neighborhood, they had a enter into entrepreneurship course by a great friend of mine, Dave McKenzie. He's a teacher, he works at Concordia. And when I went to his class, man, he sit me down and said, listen, my friend, don't think you know it all. Do it by step, get the right information, break down your food costs, break down this, break down that. And from that, my life changed. So just keep searching for information, search for knowledge, surround yourself with people that's doing what you want to do also. If you can find a mentor, mentors changed my life. Because mentor, they did what I wanted to do. So if I surround them and I ask them questions, definitely I'm getting the right answer. So, and mentor equals growth. So surround yourself with the right people and tell fear to get behind you, and sky is the limit. For sure, me is more based on the taxes and the government sides of my business, because that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. So if I would have go all the way back when I started, I would really want to study like the accounting side, the taxes side, because we see all these cash sales, we see all these sales, but we're forgetting about the taxes, and they always catch back up to us, always. So the taxes for me, man, is the most important part. Other than that, everything for me is energy, everything is vibe, everything is for me is just go. But when it comes down to like the books and the taxes and making sure that you have a bookkeeper, making sure that you have the right accountant, because it comes around once a year, and if anything is not in order, you know, it's tough. I remember a couple years ago I got audited, and it was the worst feeling ever, because they came and they took this paper, that paper, they want to see that. Thank God I always had a bookkeeper and I always had an accountant to show all my stuff. So taxes, trust me. Bank, try to get a loan. Always had good credit. Try to get a loan for the restaurant. The bank, they turned me down. And when they turned me down, I was frustrated with it myself, man. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna show them. So what I end up doing, I end up getting a line of credit for $15,000. So I got a line of credit for $15,000, and I was at the youth center selling the food, so I was saving at the same time. So when I started with around $20,000 to $15,000, plus I had like $5,000 or $6,000 on the side. But right off the bat, I was already negative, because hydro, I had to put on a deposit of like $4,000 just for hydro. The landlord wanted $6,000 deposit. Gas wanted deposit, and it never stopped. The guy that was doing the work in the shop, it was like $7,000, $8,000. So once I opened the door, I didn't have any more money. And I remember like two store down, there was a pizza store that was there. And while I was doing the work in the shop, the guy came by and he said, listen, my friend, for the past 4 years, 3 businesses come here. They all close. You're going to close soon. So the night I couldn't sleep, because he's like, he already programmed my mind, say, look, you're setting me up to fail. So I remember, and we're still there up to today, and he's still over there, and he's surprised. Every time he sees me, he smiles, because when I got there, I had this mind frame that I'm just going to grind, I'm just going to hustle, I'm just going to use my social media, I'm just going to use Facebook, I'm going to use whatever tool I have to market myself, to tell Boom Jays, remember that name, Boom Jays, you know, and little by little, they just start coming, so definitely. But I started with $15,000 from a line of credit, and then I never looked back. Yeah, man, social media, especially the new generation, our generation now, everything is visual, everything is online, you know, so definitely social media is the main tool right now that I use to market myself, to market what we do, and to create that buzz, to create that sense of missing, that sense of lacking, so that way it creates a build-up. So when the warm weather comes around now, you know, it's a rush, like it's a frenzy, because I specialize also in festivals. We do a lot of festivals. So once we build up the hype for the festivals, once people start arriving, man, the lines, even when we're not open, the lines, they just start running all the way down. So that's what we do to keep that buzz and that feel going on, so people remember our name. Like from 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm there getting my weekly supply. I bring it back to my shop. I have my chef in my shop, so bring everything. I have my prep guy, so he comes, go inventory shopping, bring everything to the shop, prepper, chef is cooking, and then I go to the next location, because I have 2 locations. So the main location runs by itself. I don't have to be there. I don't have to do anything. I just supply them with whatever they need. I teach my chef what I want, how to cook everything. So I'm trying to build a second location that we opened 2.5 years ago. So that location is taking more work. And the good thing about that location is that that building is mine. So the main thing was that one I could say, you know what, I'm building it. So I'm here taking my time to grow it, to build it. A lot of people come to my main location and like, where's Jermaine? Where's Boom J? I can't see him. I'm always at the other place just to build it. So people say, hi, how are you? You know, so That's my daily routine: inventory and just running. It depends on what the issue is. Especially in the restaurant, I have female working, and if they don't feel comfortable with certain things, they always pull me aside and say, "Boss, this and this and this and this," and I always try to have a meeting to rectify the situation. It was weird at first when I was more younger, being called boss, because everybody in my shop called me boss, boss. I have like 40-year-old, 50-year-old calling me boss, but it was weird, felt awkward at first, but I end up growing into it. And I always just try to have like a meeting with them and just to talk and see what's going on to solve the issue, solve the problem. That way we all can come to a mutual agreement. Like networking, man, networking is everything, you know, and look for people that's already ahead of you doing what you want to do, and try to figure out where they hang out, what kind of group are they doing, because she's in real estate and I love real estate, and I join like real estate meetup. So once a month or twice a month, we go participate in this real estate meetup to hear stories. What is the market doing? What's going on? How we can do this? How we can do that? So it's the same thing that I do. I'm sorry?
I'm expecting my invite.
No way, no problem. So yeah, definitely meetup. Meetup is key, and if you have that interest, you're gonna find people with the same interest, so that way you relate. So when you get to this meetup, you're sharing stories, bam, 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 bam. You know, it's never dead, because you have so much passion about that specific subject that it's gonna click, you know. Me, man, it's amazing. That's a great question, because I'm gonna give you a trick. I started this like from 2016, 2017. Every year in November, in around November, I'll go to Bureau and Grow and I'll buy a calendar. I buy a calendar for the following year. So I'll sit down November, December-ish, and I'll write down everything that I want for the following year. And I did that in 2017, and sometimes I sit back and I pull them all out and I backtrack and all the vision, all the goals that I said I wanted to accomplish, and I swear I accomplished 85 to 90% of them. So just a vision board alone, it will change your life. If you put your goal, even on my phone, like if I open my phone, my vision board is there, the vision, the goals is there. Sometimes I feel like I'm not where I want to be, like I didn't accomplish as much as I want, but you're trying, you know what I mean? Not everybody in your surrounding is trying, so set your goals, don't be afraid. The vision is yours, just write it down. Take a pen, take a piece of paper, and just put pen to paper and write it down. I go look at my vision boards all the time, and sometimes when I look at them, tears come to my eye, because I'm like, yo, why do God put these vision in me, and I'm the one that has to bring them to reality, you know? Sometimes, because when you're a leader, you get beaten. You get a lot of ups, a lot of downs, because you're a leader. You know what I mean? Not everybody's a leader. So don't be afraid to put your visions on paper, put them on a board, and look at them over and over and over again. So if I can come to you and I say, what's your dream? You can tell me right away. What's your goal? What did you do? What did you accomplish? Not many people can do that. And that's how you know you're different. Cheers. Advice I would give myself. The main thing if I could go back 20 years from now, man, tell myself not to pressure myself as much as I pressure myself. Take it easy, your time is gonna come. And surround yourself with the right people. Look for mentors, but don't put so much pressure on yourself. Your time is gonna come. You're gonna learn what you have to learn in due time. That's one of the main advice I'll give to myself. Beginning when I started, man, it was night and day, because the funny story about it is that my first daughter was born the same time I opened my restaurant. They're 1 month apart. So she was my main motivation when I was hustling, when I was starting out the restaurant. And in the beginning, like, I worked like hell, like from morning till night, never stopped. Now, after 10, 11 years, it runs on its own. So I have more time, I'm more flexible, I'm more free. And I definitely, my daughters, they sing. One of my daughters, she's a singer, so she sings. So I get a chance to spend time with her, encourage her, show her certain things. So definitely, man. But in the beginning, if it's your dream and if it's your passion, you're going to have to be there. There's no question about it. You're going to have to put in the work. If you want it to last for long term, you got to be there. There's no excuse. You got to step in. You got to be there. Me is my main vehicle. So as I said, my passion also is real estate. But the restaurant provides the cash flow that I need for the real estate. And what happened...
I'm going to get a colleague soon.
Exactly. And what happened is that the restaurant, sometimes I even, like, especially in the wintertime, like, I'm always questioning myself, do I really want to do this and put up with this headache, man? Or I just want to focus, like, on the food truck and just doing, like, in the busy season from, like, May till September, May till October, like, when it's just going, because in the wintertime, it's, like, pretty dead. Like, it's slow, like, January, February, it's, like, really, really slow. one. So it always had me wondering, like, you know what, do I want to shift or I want to just stick to it? So I'm always on the balance. But once the sunshine comes out and the weather start warming up, I'm a total different person. Yeah, it's what I want to do. Let's go. So that's it, you know. So it's like, it's an emotional thing, you know. But yeah, great question. So I get that all the time, you know. Oui, c'est bon, c'est quoi ça? You know. So what I always do, man, I say no problem, man. So I give them a try. I make them taste it, you know. And they always have this perception that Jamaican food is extra spicy. It's always spicy. It's not the case. We always make it mild and put the hot sauce on the side, so that way you have the choice. You know what I mean? So just by one taste, I could change their mind. So I try to do that as much as I can. Like, you know, when they come in and they have certain objection, or if I'm at a festival and they say, no, c'est trop piquant, or whatever, no, go, let's try and see. And then if they don't like it, it's fine. I respect that. But I always try to, I'm a people pleaser, so I try to please them as much as I can.
My name is Mia. I'm a first-year student, and I'm in entrepreneurship and small business management. And I want to become a business owner, and also I wanted to do real estate as well.
Amazing, nice.
Real estate and owning my own clothing brand or anything in the beauty area because it's what I like.
I think my main interest right now would be in marketing or finance, but I would like to one day open my business. I just don't know in what, so I'm still kind of deciding.
But you know, I saw that video and I was really intrigued by that. And you know, learning something new every day is there's something that will hurt you.
Je ne sais pas encore je vais faire combien de temps, mais j'aimerais bien être dans l'entrepreneuriat, mais je ne sais pas encore dans quoi. Ou bien plus aller dans le sport, spécifiquement.